Hi, Barbara.
Hi, Barbara.
Don't you love Gus?
Yeah, he's cute.
Yeah. We like him. Aaron has to scoot over. He's our mascot, our store mascot.
I know that.
Oh, wow. Look at that quilt behind you.
That's
That is
pretty.
awesome.
That is Color My World, the block of the month for the quilt show this year. And designer Wendy Williams, Australian designer. I work with the quilt show helping. I kind of shepherd people all through the year because there are thousands of people working on it. And there's almost that many questions.
Yeah. Yeah, we do a lot of block of the months from Wendy Williams. Urban Owls is one of the block of the months we do of hers. We love her work.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
This one is an exclusive design for the quilt show. She'll have it available next year.
Yeah. Good. Well, it's beautiful.
Thank
Did you make that sample?
I did.
That was yours?
Well, they sent me the kit and the patterns last summer, and then it took me, I made the entire top in 5 weeks, and I spent 3 more weeks quilting it and binding it and all that stuff. So I tell people, you don't have to make it in 8 weeks. You're going to make it all year. So don't get excited that you have to, you can't make it all in 8 weeks because you don't get the patterns.
No, exactly. And the fabric and all of that. Well, the fabrics are gorgeous. Beautiful.
Yeah, it turned out.
Okay, let's see. We're live here. We've got 3 people on. Any idea about that, Michael?
Sandra says hello.
Huh?
Hi.
Sandra says hello.
Hello, Sonia. You're our first. Hello.
Yeah, here she is. Cool.
Yeah, we'd like to wait just a few minutes and let a few people join us. We sent out some reminders and
I did too. I did a Facebook reminder to my public group and told everybody to come on over.
Awesome. Yeah, it takes a minute for people to remember and then for them to hop on and all of that.
Sure.
This year has been crazy.
What is that between the two of you? What's that quilt on behind you?
Well, we're going to talk about that in just a little bit.
Okay.
It's something very special that we're going to announce during this broadcast.
Super.
Isn't that pretty?
Yes.
It's a Tim Holtz Eclectic Elements.
Yep.
The collection that's what the collection was, and something that we used quite a bit during our cruising.
Sure.
So we're going to talk about it toward the end of the session. All right, we still only have 3 people on. I don't understand that. That's weird. I wonder if people are we checking Facebook to see if
We're trying to get it on Facebook.
It's
on YouTube.
There might be a glitch because I'm not finding it, but it set the reminder up. So
yeah.
And I know it's connected because I checked my connection. But
Okay.
we'll talk. It'll be posted up again after.
Yeah, but it would be much better if we could get it up live. Anyway. All right, well, let's go on. And really what we want to talk about today, this, for those of you, if you can't get on, if you don't find it, this has been recorded, so you can watch it as if it were live. Tell us a little bit about what we're going to talk about today is Land Ahoy.
Yep.
And Land Ahoy is a program that we came up with because we're Texans and we're not quitters. And when all the cruises were canceled, we said, we're not going to go for that. Our customers want to cruise. Our customers want to go to retreats. Our customers want us to interact with them. So we're going to come up with this idea where we have these cruise style events in hotels. This is actually something that we talked about in times past. We kind of tossed it around a little bit, but when all of this happened, it was kind of um, an opportunity, thrown at us.
Sure.
So
I thought it was brilliant. And the title, Land Ahoy Cruise, I thought was extra brilliant.
yeah. So anyway, kind of what we're doing is the
Cruise
can we
online.
turn off the music? We're going to get the music turned off so we don't have so much background noise.
Sure.
So basically what we're doing is we're kind of trying to follow our cruise itinerary, our cruise schedule, how we work on the cruises as much as we can. And so we've chosen 5 locations. Orlando is coming up
Next month.
30 days really. 30 days from today, pretty much. Yeah. And we'll have Nancy Mahoney and Sandra Coffey on that. We still are taking reservations for that. So if someone lives nearby Orlando or you want to fly to Orlando and come to that one, you can. But we start in Orlando. We do Orlando next month, and then in March we do Nashville, and then we go to Texas in April. We go to Las Vegas in June, and we end in San Diego. Las Vegas is May. We end in San Diego in June. Yeah. So we kind of are just kind of hopping across the country, and hopefully you will find someplace you want to be, something you want to do in one of those locations, and you'll want to join us. But we are styling this like our cruises in that we have 2 teachers. We have projects pre-selected. We will pre-cut the project for you if you want to, or you can bring your own fabric pre-cut. And we have 2 sewing days, and we have an excursion day, and we have a free sewing day. It's just really a lot of fun. So we wanted to talk to you, though, because you're one of our teachers in Nashville, and really excited. We had scheduled you on a cruise, a scrap cruise that got canceled. Yeah. And when we came out with this, you contacted us and you were like, me, I want to do Nashville. So where do you live now?
I live in Huntsville, Alabama, which is 2 hours south of Nashville, right up I-65. 2 hours easy to get there.
So
Yeah,
you're
my
really
son,
very familiar with the area.
I am. Nashville's a great city, and it's growing and growing because so many people are moving there, because it is a great city coming from other places. You don't have to love country music to still love Nashville.
Yeah, we
But it
visited.
helps.
We visited all the hotels, and we vetted those hotels, and we fell in love with Nashville.
It was our biggest surprise, I would say.
Yeah,
We thought it was going to be iffy, but we absolutely loved it.
Yeah, that's great.
yeah,
The hotel was just mind blowing.
it
They just
was
did renovations, and it is very nice hotel.
very, very nice.
Yeah. And you're
So
close to some great
tell us
places.
a little bit about yourself before we start talking about the venue and all of that. Tell us
Sure.
about you as a teacher.
Okay. I've been quilting for 35 years and teaching almost that long. I've been sewing since I was a little kid. And when I started quilting, 1985, I had done the needlepoint, cross stitch, knitting, crocheting, all that stuff. And when I found quilting, I'd found my bliss, my passion. I knew this was the place. And so I have been heavily into it since then. When I get asked about what kind of classes I teach, I say I teach everything from the beginners. I'm the local beginner teacher here. I've taught thousands of beginners to become quilters. And then, and I teach the hard stuff, Mariner's Compass and Feathered Stars and things like that, and everything in between. I want people to enjoy the process as much as I do and get as much out of it. So I don't give them rules. I give tips and tricks. The idea is how
I
can
love
you
that.
find to do something that's easier? that, my slogan is, and this is true in life as well, but especially quilting, I want the fastest method that gives me the result I want. And if it might not be, my fastest method may not be the fastest for you or for a beginner. It might be something else, but there's different ways to do every particular job.
Oh, that's
So
the
I
key.
try hard to meet the student where they need to be and where they are at that point. And there's no rules, and you don't have to take it out if you don't want to. You decide how good something has to be. It's up to you.
Yeah.
So I teach all over the place now, and I work for Quilts Incorporated, which is how Deb and I met years and years ago at markets. So I get a chance to take classes from some of the best teachers in the world who come
In the
to
world.
Houston to festival in the world. And every class I take, I try to do two things. One, figure out, is this something I want to do? Because every class teaches you something, and maybe what it teaches you is, I don't want to do that again. And that's okay, because that's a lesson that you learned. But and also then from every class, I try to take something away. How can I be a better teacher based on what I learned there? And sometimes what you learn is that's not the way to do it. But I just want to inspire people and give them the passion that I have for quilt making and creativity with fabric.
Well, yeah, Barbara and I have actually known each other for years. Like
Yes,
she
indeed.
said, we met at Quilt Market is where you focus mostly. I
Yep.
see you around Quilt Festival, but I really see you at Quilt Market.
Right.
And Barbara has been in this business for many years, probably more
Wow.
years than I've been in it, and I've been in it a lot. We're going to celebrate our 25th year in business this year.
Wow.
Can you believe that?
That's great.
Um, Well, speaking of the project, the way we do things, we've got the quilt here. We want to show you
Oh,
guys.
good. Good.
Yeah. We want to show you what Barbara is going to be teaching. This is actually a quilt called Parlor Music, and it's only got 150,000 pieces in it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which is what we love, Anybody
Mhm.
who loves Civil War reproduction
Mhm.
loves 150,000 pieces.
Sure.
And it's a challenge for us because we have to find all these fabrics to be able to cut these kits, but we will cut the kit, and it's going to look very, very much like this. Um, that is an option that you have. You can bring your own fabric, but we do ask you to come to class with the quilt cut out.
Mhm.
Parlor Music was a design from, help
Carol
me,
Hopkins.
yeah,
Carol
Carol
Hopkins.
Hopkins. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes,
It's in
yes.
this book, Civil War
War
Legacies
legacy.
3.
Civil War
Mhm.
Legacies,
And it's also
exactly.
a pattern. I think
Yeah,
it's an individual pattern.
yeah.
But
Your fabric kit does not include your book.
We've got patterns for it, I believe.
Oh, she made a pattern for us. Okay,
Yeah.
good,
sure,
good, good,
that
good.
would make sense.
Okay,
In,
but
in
you
order
know,
to teach something that I've not made before, you have to make it. So this week I made a little one.
awesome.
Oh, cool.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Now
You
it's
know
exactly the
what?
same size pieces. It's about 23 by 24 inches or so. So it's the same pieces. It was for me to practice the process and take my notes and write down exactly how I want to be able to instruct people to make it successfully.
When you turned it the other way, Barbara, it
Yeah,
looks almost
yeah,
like houses.
yep.
Yeah.
Doesn't it look like
Yeah, it does.
houses? Yeah, that's cute.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
So
Okay,
it
so
was.
Barbara's ready is what she's telling us. She
I'm
is,
ready.
she is ready. So let's just throw that down. Um, so what are the main ingredients and techniques in this quilt, Barbara?
Okay, the easy one technique, there's two aspects of this, is four patches, and they're small. Unfortunately for me, I used the four patches as my leader ender projects. These are 2-inch 2-inch four patches, which just happen to be the size I make. So I went through my box of finished four patches, and I had enough to make this size. So that's what size it was. So the four patches are pretty easy, and we'll talk about different ways to do that. And how to be successful in sewing them together. There's a trick to that. And then the other row, because this is basically a row quilt, are quarter square triangles sewn lengthwise down the row, which is a bias to bias seam. And there are a lot of tricks to help make that better
Yeah.
and easier, because you can quickly find yourself way off in piecing those kind of triangles. So we do those rows, and then you join the rows together, and there's tricks to make that work too. until we get the whole thing all put together. And this quilt is not exceptionally large, her quilt, so it's a good one to practice on. And then, of course, this one's about 1/4 of the size of her quilt. So it was just for me to get started.
Yeah, well, good. Well, do you think people will be able to finish in a week?
If they're not doing
I'm not talking about a day.
right,
I'm
the
talking
week,
about the week.
of the week. Um, it's I'm not really sure if you don't do anything else. If you want to just keep pressing, pedal to the metal. In our first day of class, you'll learn how to do both sections of the
Okay.
strips, and then you can keep working at that pace. Once you've learned the technique, it's just a matter of doing. So it's just the time putting it together.
We have a lot of sewing time. Tuesday we
Yes.
have class on Monday. We have sewing time on Tuesday. We have class on Wednesday. Thursday is our excursion, but then we'll have sewing after that. And then Friday is
Fun Friday.
Yeah,
Fun
Friday
Friday.
is Fun Friday. We're going to have just some little project, so there'll still be sewing there.
Mhm.
And then all day Saturday is free sewing. So there's a lot of free sewing
Yeah.
in this one. Let's see here. We want to talk about the Nashville location. We mentioned the hotel briefly. We've got a little clip, I think, a little video clip of the hotel. I want to show you this because honestly, this was the biggest surprise probably of all the hotels we visited. You pull up to this hotel. It looks kind of like an old plantation, and it's kind of like, I don't know about this. Boy, oh boy, you go inside. They completely gutted this hotel, and it is absolutely gorgeous on the inside. So I think we have a video that we're going to run real quick of the hotel. So we'll be back. All right. Isn't that nice?
It's beautiful. The location's super too because it's across the street from Gaylord Opryland Center, Convention Center. They probably offer shuttle service across the street because the Gaylord is a big property with a lot of mileage from the street to the main door. But it's just beautiful.
It's really close to the airport, which is nice and convenient. But I found it really quiet, which surprised me. It was very quiet for being that close to the hotel. So that's amazing. And one of the things we've had the hotel set up, which is really cool, is we're going to have them bring food trucks in because there's not a lot of dining options right there at the hotel location. So we'll have all different kinds of food trucks set up so you can get lunch options, dinner options. There'll be all kinds of things there.
Super. Yeah, there's some great food in Nashville.
Food trucks are always fun to have. Also, if you notice on the video, those ballrooms, we will have a ballroom. So we have got ample space. Everyone will have their own table. You won't be crowded at all. So we were very, very happy that we were able to work that out with them. Then one of the things we're doing with Land Ahoy is, on a cruise, you get to go on excursions. So we thought how neat it would be for us to have an excursion one day. And so with all of our locations, we put together a little special excursion just to get everybody out of the hotel, kind of see the area, and of course, visit quilt shops.
So with that one, we looked at a couple different quilt shops. The one we decided to go with Barbara recommended for us. It's Stitcher's Garden. I've spoke with the owner, and she is so excited about having our group come in, and it is packed full of fabric.
It is a
Full
quilt
of
shop that
fabric.
every quilter needs to see once in their life minimum. You have to go
Yes.
there. You've never seen so many bolts of fabric in one physical space ever.
Oh, we're looking forward to that. Our kind of just interesting not sewing excursion is
Carrington and Carter House, which is the Battle of Franklin and Memorial for the Civil War. It's a really cool, and I think Michael has a video he's going to show on that as
you've
well.
been there, right, Barbara?
I have. Yeah. Yeah. Your theme for this trip is the Civil War. So I wore my blue and gray blouse this morning to kind of cover both sides. But yeah, there's a lot of history. So what could be better for quilters than quilt shops and history and making quilts?
Yeah, we've got a little video of the excursion.
The American Civil War put one of the most memorable lines of the Declaration of Independence to the ultimate test, that all men are created equal. And the battle that took place in Franklin, Tennessee in November 1864 was one of the last in the war, which led to freedom and paved the way to equality. The Battle of Franklin Trust is here to tell the story of the Civil War and how that war redefined America then and now. It tells the stories of soldiers, families, and enslaved people, North and South, rich and poor, what they endured and why it matters as part of the fabric of our history. Nearly 200 acres, artifacts, and the two homes that played critical roles in the battle recapture the truth, no matter how difficult the truth might be. To learn how the Civil War redefined America, come visit Franklin today.
Yeah, we're really looking forward to that. I've talked to a lot of people who have been there, and they said it's just really wonderful to look at that part of our American history. So that will be our excursion. We'll go to the quilt shop that day, and then we'll come back in the afternoon, and we can sew. The food is provided on sewing days. So we have breakfast and lunch provided on sewing days. And some people say, well, why don't you provide all the food? Well, you guys, hotels are a lot different than cruise ships, and we didn't feel like that you wanted to pay $50 for a box lunch. And we don't know where you're going to be. We can't afford to contract for you to have dinner and then you not be there, So there were lots of issues with that. So we decided the best thing to do was to do breakfast and lunch, and then we have our food trucks. They're very reasonable. So you can, have a wide variety and choice of what you want to do for your meals. We want to tell you about a few things. We've got Fun Friday. Fun Friday is the day that we're going to just give you a couple of really easy small projects. You don't have to do them. You will be provided with a kit with the supplies in it for these projects. If you don't want to do them, that's fine. We just wanted to throw in something a little extra for you. You want to show them what we're going to do, Erin, for Nashville? Now they're different for every place.
They are. This is the one that our other teacher Janet will be doing, and it's a coaster, and it's really cool. It has a little tile in it, so you'll have a coaster.
Yeah.
Get it back together. And then this is the one that Barbara will be doing, and it is a placemat zipped tote.
Cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And you'll be finished with it in an hour. I promise you. I can put this together in no time, but you'll have a nice little extra thing to take home. If you don't finish anything, you will finish this.
And then we're going to have our embroidery machines there as well, and she is going to walk you through how you can embroider your name on this.
Oh, nice.
It's a little bonus.
Nice.
Yeah, that's great.
Okay, the other thing we're doing is we need to put this in there too. On our cruises, we just give you a tote bag, and you get a tote bag and a t-shirt. Okay, we wanted to step it up a notch for this. So what we've put together for this for you is what we're calling our shag box. This is a Stitch in Heaven amazing gift. It's over $100 worth of value to these boxes. And this will be in lieu of a door prize. We won't be doing door prizes. We cannot bring a store typically like we have on a cruise ship because of some restrictions. So we decided we would put this together, and I'm going to let Erin show you this. We were going to have it as a surprise, but we decided, what the heck, we'll let people know what we're going to be doing because this is something different for us.
Good.
We don't have the t-shirts in yet, but the one that I'm wearing is what you will have. These awesome jerseys, and they are amazing. I absolutely love these jerseys. They're soft and they're very comfortable.
Yeah. And
So that will be in here as well, but we
what
don't have
color
them in
will
yet.
they be?
We went with periwinkle
They're going to be periwinkle
with navy blue on the
navy
back.
blue on the back. Yeah.
Great.
And then you'll get this tote, and inside of this tote, all kinds of goodies. This is our Orlando. So you get these quilting pins,
Mhm.
some Stitch in Heaven socks, some Stitch in Heaven chapstick, a Stitch in Heaven USB drive,
Oh,
Yeah.
some hand sanitizer, a Stitch in Heaven ruler. It's a Creative Grids ruler, and this is
sure.
a really handy size. I absolutely love mine. I use it all the time.
Yep.
Stitch in Heaven zip pouch. And we've ordered these cups, so I went ahead and put the demo in here so you could see it, but it will have our Stitch in Heaven logo. And these are double wall copper lined cups that will hold ice for 24 hours. Very
Mhm.
nice.
Great.
And then the other thing we're going to give you during the week is a wool pressing mat.
Ah, fabulous.
And the crowd goes wild.
I used mine while making the sample piece this week. It's great.
Well, we have these are Stitch in Heaven branded wool mats. We just got these in a couple of weeks ago. We're very, very excited about them. So we want everyone on the trip to have that and to be able to use it. So we're going to hand this out. Those are just a little bit too big for your box, but you'll get that. So you're going to get the jersey, you're going to get the shag box, you're going to get the wool mat. I mean, there's just a lot of extras with this. We had reduced the price on this trip. We were going to reduce it through December 31st, which has passed. We've decided to extend that a lower price, and so that lower price is going to be available for Nashville. Instead of $19.99, it's $16.99. So it's really, really great price. That includes your lodging, your food. We talked about the classes, the shag bag, and there's more.
Sure. And the excursion, sure, the bus trip.
The
And sure.
excursion, the bus trip. It's just really a lot of value.
Mhm.
Okay, the thing that we just decided to do for our Land Ahoy trips is every trip we do, we're going to give away a quilt.
Wow.
That's true.
Yes, for Nashville, from the participants there at the event, we will be selecting a winner. I don't know right now exactly how we're going to do it. We may just pull a name out of the hat. But this is a quilt that we've had. It's from Tim Holtz Eclectic Elements Collection, and it's one of our favorites. It's got. Would you show the back of that, Michael? It's all about traveling, and the back of it is a map of the world.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a great fabric. I have been coveting that fabric.
Yeah, it's a map of the world. It is just gorgeous. It's a beautiful quilt for a man, honestly,
Sure.
or some kid going to college, or a grandchild going to college, a son going to college, or a daughter. I mean, it's not specifically for a man. It's just a beautiful, beautiful quilt. So that's something we just announced. So you're probably the first one to hear it. And we think we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And we just want to to do this, to thank people for hopping in and saying, I am not staying home any longer. I have got to go to a quilt retreat.
Yeah.
So the other thing too is you're going to be sewing on new sewing machines. We've almost forgot to mention
Yes,
that.
we did.
We are going to be providing Bernina sewing machines. We used to use the 330s. We've upgraded, and so we've got brand new sewing machines for the class. So everybody who comes will be sewing on a new machine. And so that's a question we get a lot. Do I bring my own machine? You can bring your own machine if you want to, but we have a machine for you if you'd rather not deal with that in the airport.
Yeah,
So,
and they're great machines, and they've got great piecing feet. The whole trick to any kind of a piece quilt is being able to successfully get your 1/4 inch. And
yeah,
I know how to make that happen with that machine. So
yeah,
everybody will be successful.
yeah, very, very good. What else? Have we talked about everything? I think so. If you have questions, post them. I know this did not successfully stream to live for some reason, but we will be monitoring the comments afterwards as people watch this. So be sure, and if you have a question, either text us, email us, make a comment, and we'll be responding to you to try to get some information. Anyway, guys, I want everybody to join us.
Sure.
Barbara, how about it?
And if people want to know more about me and who I am and what I do, my blog, which has been going on now for 9 years, is full of tips and tricks, and that's bbquiltmaker.blogspot.com. My Joyful Journey is what it's called, so I'm easy to find on my blog. Lots of tutorials, lots of tips and tricks, and my whole point in class is to have fun, because if it's not fun, why are we doing it? So let's have fun and learn something and be creative and get to know each other.
Yeah, great. Well, I am so excited about finally getting you together on one of our events. We've been trying to do this now for quite a while. I am very much looking forward to seeing you and everyone else in Nashville. So come on and join us. This is Deb Luttrell and Erin with Stitch in Heaven. Barbra Black, thank you so much.
You betcha.
And we will see you guys later.